Hello and welcome to Rarely Rad. Haley and Iz are here. We're now in mid-January. I was listening back to last week's episode and I think we needed to clarify one thing. When you have on your bingo card to be sober 30 days in a row, not just 30 days in the year.
Oh yeah, no.
Because we had discussed how you had drank for the last 30 days and since December 11th, your brain has been wet. And then I listened to it and you were like, yeah, so in 2025, I'm going to be sober for 30 days. And I was like, someone listening might not understand what that means.
Yeah, no, I mean in a row because that is impressive. So far, I'm on day 6.
Are you doing your 30 days right now?
Not really, but I just don't really have an urge to drink.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if I'm not drinking by next week, I might as well just continue it on. Also, everybody else I know isn't drinking, so I'm like, well, I'm not missing out on anything.
That's literally where I'm at. I haven't drank since last Saturday, which I was on my walk earlier and I was like, it sounds so silly to say something like that because it's like, wow, I haven't drank since last Saturday. And it's like, Haley, that's literally a week.
Yeah.
That's not that crazy, girlfriend. But that's kind of where I'm at is I'm like, okay, if I go through next weekend not drinking somehow, I might as well make it my 30 days because
Exactly. And I was out yesterday too at bars and stuff, and I wasn't drinking.
Yeah, I would say that's more impressive than me. I've just not left my house since we got our snowstorm and no one wants to really do anything. And I'm just kind of like, all right, snowstorms are for the people that have a significant other or live walking distance to their friends because I'm just Jay chilling, bored out of my mind, calling my mom 24/7. What are you doing? And she's like, it's so cold here. And I'm like, we have snow, so I don't want to hear about how cold it is in Orlando.
Right. Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah, here it's feels like 9 and I'm like, can you not?
Let me just kill myself.
Yeah, it's so cold and I'm walking to the gym and it's
But
so
you're
cold.
back in the gym.
Yeah, I am back in the gym and I've been good about it. I just did yoga stretching today. Tomorrow I'll probably take I think Mondays are going to be my day off just because I never sleep well on Sundays for some reason. And getting up early and going to the gym, and that's my earliest call is on Mondays. I mean, maybe I'll do yoga at home.
Yeah, it could be your designated stretching day. Oh my God, it would be a perfect day to practice splits.
Oh, you're so right. I need to get on that.
That's the splits day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mondays are a mandatory day for me just because I need to start my week out high because I feel like if I don't do it on Monday, then I'm like, oh yeah, Tuesday, why? And then all of a sudden it's Thursday and I'm like, oh, I haven't worked out in 3 days. Gotta get
Yeah,
back
see,
to it.
I've always been a Tuesday start workout day for me. And I think, like I said, I think that's because Mondays I have my earliest call and I always sleep so poorly on Sundays.
Yeah.
So I just never schedule anything. Every time I have scheduled something, I don't end up going. So I'm I'm not gonna bother doing that and getting charged.
Absolutely not. Not bands, not skinny, no.
No. I'm not winning on any front there.
It's kind of a wild week of first we have the TikTok ban. Is that happening? Is that not happening? Kylan just posted a whole video about I don't know what the future holds. Here we go. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I trust God type of thing. And I'm kind of what am I going to do?
See, I think with people like Kylan too, it's not I'm gonna go follow her on Instagram.
No.
And watch
even
her stuff
she was
there.
talking about that. She was like, Instagram is just way more professional, which I agree. TikTok, you can post whatever you want on there. Instagram, people follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, and you have more family on there.
Yeah. And then people are like, okay, then YouTube. And it's I'm not about to start making full actual edited blogs.
Yeah, I'm not watching people's YouTubes.
No, I'm not. And we also didn't grow up as YouTube children.
Right.
So that would be very weird for us to go to that. And where am I going to get the news? How am I going to see Paris Hilton's house burnt down?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll find that on Instagram a week later.
Did you know this happened? Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. I don't know anything about, I don't know where we're going with that. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to have so much extra time. I guess I can work out and read more. I've been reading a lot.
Yeah, you have been. We have all of this TikTok cash. So that means we need to buy something. But what are we buying?
Doesn't it expire on the 17th anyway?
No. So this is where I'm starting to get a little confused. I noticed today because I clicked on that little ticket thing that's on the page, and now it says it expires February 1st. And I was like, am I going to be the one breaking the news that TikTok isn't banned? And now
See,
it's
I think they might be doing that to be like, oh, you've got extra time, and then you get banned and nobody gets a discount.
yeah. I do agree there as well. And that was where my brain was. So I'm thinking I still need to purchase something within like the next 2-3 days. I'm not really sure what that is going to be though. And now I've started saving things. Like, have you seen this little mini camera?
Keychain one?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it like once or twice.
Well, I saved it. And so now I see it every other video because they're like, oh, this girl wants this. And I'm tempted to buy it because, like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah, I have a skirt on there that I've been looking at. And I just haven't, like, I'm like, I should pull the trigger. But I just haven't. I've been wanting to be bands, and I have not really been very bands this month.
I've been incredibly bands, but I do need to use my TikTok cash before it is gone forever. And
Yeah,
then,
because that's not bands.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that happens the 19th. And then I'm pretty sure on the 20th is both the inauguration and the college football playoffs. And I'm like,
You tell me.
too much is happening. Too
Yeah.
much. I need things to like, and it's January. Like, let us breathe. Like, we just had all the holidays. Like, that was hectic. I don't think holidays are peaceful for most people. Now we're like jumping into all of this stuff in January. No.
Honestly, like, December is such a blur for me. I just had people back to back. Like, honestly, looking back at it, I think I probably had 60 hours where people weren't at my place. Like, total. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah. But you made it through.
I'm honestly impressed by how long my social battery was actually able to take that. Because I'm a very, I need a day, don't talk to me. Like, I lay
Yeah.
in bed all day. And I didn't get that. So I'm surprised that I managed that.
Yeah, I would agree. Also, have you seen the Grace O'Malley interview? I want to say with Theo Vaughn / then Dave's response video.
The salary?
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
What are your thoughts there?
I've got mixed feelings about it because I think in the podcast world, outside of us, people are probably making close to $500,000. Like, if you have
That's
a very
us one
successful,
day.
yeah. But I'm saying, like, overall, like, think about Call Her Daddy. She makes over $1 million, and then she's made sub brands, like, or she's like has the Unwell Network, and in that
Yeah.
she has many podcasts that she makes an income off of as well. She was making thousands on Call Her on Barstool as well.
Yeah.
Though $275,000 isn't a lot of money, I don't know if it's a lot compared to other podcasters, and it obviously isn't a lot compared to her podcast partner, or who, like, Brie.
Yeah. I think Grace went about it she's done everything very professionally. I feel like I've gotten a lot of respect for her lately because I didn't really ever care for her. I was more a Brianna chicken fry girly. And I do agree with Dave's response because she was like, I wasn't paid anything on it, when like that's not true. Like, she was making very, very good money compared to most people. And in the end of the day, like, Dave kind of took a shot on her. Like, she wasn't famous. She didn't have a platform. She didn't have anything. And so to like just be like going in and just making I think her salary was $175,000 just like randomly. Like that, I mean, that would literally be like us randomly getting that.
Yeah, I don't think Dave Portnoy has the right to tell us exactly what she made. Like, he could have been like, yeah, she was making close to 300,000 or something. He had no right to tell her exact salary, I don't think.
See,
It's
and
not
that's where
really.
I don't know those laws. So I don't really know. But I am always someone to believe, like, I like when people share and talk about salaries because I think it makes people have more fair wages. But that wasn't necessarily Dave shouldn't have been sharing someone else's salary.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think she should have shared it.
Yeah.
Or if anybody was going to share it, it should have been her. Him sharing it is unprofessional.
Yeah.
And he's already kind of a douche anyway.
I've
got mixed feelings about it.
People love him, and then he does things that make people hate him. And so I think everyone's just constantly like, do we love you or do we hate you? Like, how do we
I think,
feel?
like, he's a good person, he's just a douchebag,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
mean,
It's kinda
he's a
like
frat
the
boy
kinda
that never
guy.
grew up.
No, I mean, look at his whole company. Like, I think
Yeah.
he's, like, the kinda guy that you'd be friends with, but you're like, "This guy kinda sucks, and I would never date him."
Yeah. And you're like, I mean, hell yeah, he's gonna get us into the bar and club for free, whatever. We're gonna go on the private jet. But like, don't listen to anything he really says.
Yeah, you're kinda like he's kinda like yeah, you're just like, "Eh, just ignore him," like
I would agree. But at least he brings the like other stuff to the table and he's not just one of those friends that's like, I'll just ignore him because I feel like there's normal people out there like that too.
I think that he does do a lot of good, like, things for charity and,
Mhm.
that like, I do like that about him and for small businesses and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and he did all of that like during COVID and stuff, and he like really helped small businesses throughout
Yeah.
there. But yeah, then he does other things there. I think everyone's like,
What are
maybe no.
your what are your thoughts on people that wear Barstool attire?
I think it depends on the attire.
When it says, like, Barstool, I'm like, "Jump off a bridge."
If
That's
it's
so
just
fugly.
like Barstool, like no.
You just
I
look like an asshole. How old are you? Are you in high school? Like, I'm not
but
walking around with, like, Calvin Klein, Hollister, like, no. That's
yeah, they have like I will say I think they have some like cool branded shirts and stuff or hats, but yeah, just like like name brand of the like no, it's
yeah,
just weird.
I think it's an ick for me.
Yeah, I would add that to a nick. I lawyer boy was over this past week, yeah. And we actually started talking because he was talking about all of his college attire that he owns. And he was like, yeah, I'll buy like an SEC championship shirt when we buy that and stuff. And I was like, your whole closet is your college stuff. And he was like, no, I have a lot of clothes as a boy. And I was like, now here's the question. Striped polos. How many of those do we got? Because I feel like we need to get rid of some. And he was like, actually, I don't have any anymore. I've finally like grown out of that phase. And I was like, thank God. Because those are horrendous. And he was like, yeah, I agree. I was like, a boy
Yeah,
that knows something
very rare. Speaking of men that know stuff, first of all, impossible. Second of all,
doesn't
one
exist.
thing one thing I experienced today, and I, like, always think this, you can always tell when a man designed the building because there's, like, 12 urinals and then, like, 3 stalls for women, and it's like, women naturally take longer because the process is longer. There could be other stuff going on, and the line's, like, 10 minutes long, 10, 15 minutes. If you gotta go, you gotta go, and there's like, today I went, there's no line for men. The line for women was, like, circling around, and it's like, there's 3 stalls, and there's, like, 12
I
urinals.
and so that's where it gets confusing because stalls are obviously bigger than urinals. So it
Right.
makes sense, in my opinion, for there to be more urinals than there are stalls. Because if the bathrooms were the same exact size, then yeah. But the men also have to have a stall in there because what if one of them has to poop?
They
So
always
that
have a
means they
stall.
have at least one stall in there with their 55 urinals, which makes no sense. Now, I do understand it at male dominated places like a stadium. Those are usually going to have more men than women. So I would think it should have larger men's restrooms, even though like concerts and stuff obviously happen at them. Like a Taylor Swift concert, obviously the women's line is going to be the longest line ever because 99% of the concert is women.
But, like, can we make the stalls thinner? You
No,
know?
I don't think so because of ADA.
Yeah, but then they have the designated handicap stall, and, like, this stall didn't even have a hook for my purse. That's why I know a man created this. Like, I'm like, "Fuck you, asshole." Not putting my purse on the floor.
It's like hanging around your neck.
Yeah, and also it's wintertime, I wanna hang out my jacket, like, I'm not gonna sit on the stall with my giant puffer, it's winter in New York. I'm wearing gloves, I'm wearing a beanie, like, I'm wearing a puffer. It's cold, and I
Yeah,
don't
I
wanna
will
pee with
say
all that.
gloves are kind of a pain when going to the bathroom because, like, I gotta take off my gloves. I'm
Yeah,
not, like, trying to wipe with gloves, but where am I putting gloves?
I put them in my jacket pocket.
Oh, yeah, that's smart. I
That's all
guess
of
my
that.
issue is I usually run into this when I'm running, and so I don't have like a jacket with pockets or anything. So
Yeah.
I literally put them out of the stall like by the sinks, and I'm like, hopefully no one takes these. No one's usually in there, so it's not a big thing, but I'm like,
Yeah.
oh well, these go over here.
Yeah, no, I had to experience that today. I was so annoyed. I was like, I just want to go to the bathroom. And sometimes I have emergencies. Thank goodness today ended up not being one because I pre-gamed with Imodium.
Hell yeah.
So also we went to one of the first of all, I'm tired of viral restaurants. They're never that good. It's always like some 15-year-old that's like, oh, this is my first burger, was vegan like their whole life. So now they first have a burger and they're like, best burger in New York. And like, they're from like Secaucus, New York, or whatever the heck, I don't even know what that is. I know that's not in New York, but they're from like,
Albany.
yeah, they're from like, whatever. And it's like best burger ever. And then we waited an hour and a half for this burger. They don't do reservations. And I get in there. We're sitting at the bar. I don't care about that. That's fine. We waited an hour and a half. I want my burger. They have different options of cheeses on their menu, but you can't substitute the cheese on the burger, which I thought was so weird.
Huh.
They had like cheddar cheese on one of their other items. I think it was like a sandwich or something. And I was like, oh, can I get my burger with cheddar instead of American? They're like, no, we don't do that. And I was like, okay, that's weird. What the heck?
I mean,
And
is
then
it a no substitutions place?
it doesn't say that.
Oh, it should.
Yeah, if it was a no sub, I would have assumed it would have said it right there. You don't really get to add anything. So an all American burger, first of all, doesn't have lettuce and tomato on it, which I don't eat tomato on it anyway, but still it was cheese, burger, and onion. That's not an all American burger. And then I order a mid rare and it comes out like well done. And I was like, no, this place is bonerhead. Like, this is not a great burger. I waited an hour and a half for this thing and it's mid as hell.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm tired of these viral
How'd you
places. The
find
last
this
one we went
place?
to, it was I didn't find it. Austin found it. He's like, oh, it's one of the best burgers in New York. I should have known he has mid-ass food taste.
Yeah.
But like the last viral place we went to was Mark's on Madison, which was also very mid. And then the last one was in Italy where we almost got kidnapped.
What is the name of this burger place?
Red Hook Tavern. I posted it on my Instagram and then I posted 6.8. And Austin posted 8.5.
No, he posted 8.6.
Oh.
Because I almost was like, was Isabel dyslexic and typed the wrong number?
No, it was just not good.
Okay. Dang. Even Belly says they think I would rate it a 9.
Yeah, but then I was talking to these locals because I went to a coffee shop right next door. They were like, no, that's not the best burger even in this neighborhood. They're like, that's probably the best fish and chips. But like the best burger in this neighborhood is like a couple places down. And I'm like, and these locals would know, you know?
Yeah. The French onion soup does look really good.
Oh my God, it looks so good. I kind of wish we ordered that. We got like shrimp cocktail as like an app just because I was so hungry. Because we waited an hour and a half. It was like 2:30, 2:40 by the time. Or no, it was like 1:40 by the time we
they
got
have a
in.
hot fudge sundae that looks banging too.
I just was like, I'm ready to go.
You were over it. I think people like it because the burger is so thick.
I love thick patties. I'm not a smash burger person. I will not eat a smash burger. But I was annoyed that
I love burgers in general.
Okay, this is my other thing where I consider rating consistency. Austin and I both ordered mid-rare. Mine comes out mid-well. He comes out mid-rare. They should have been the same because you can't go into a place one day and it's good and the next day it's not good. Then that's not a 10 out of 10 place.
Yeah. Like Cowgirls nachos, always amazing.
That's why that place is a 10 out of 10. But if it's going to be different every time, then it doesn't get as high of a rating.
Maybe they just accidentally gave you the wrong burger.
We both ordered mid-rare.
I know, but maybe maybe someone else ordered well done and then your 2 medium rares were like next to it and the food runner grabbed the like well done and a medium rare. I don't know. It's giving me flashbacks. There's this place called 2 Urban Licks here. And I mean, this happened before COVID, I want to say. So like forever ago. But we had someone order like the lamb chop or something at our table. And they ordered it because they saw it come out on other people's plates and it looked so good. And then ours was delivered and it was like a random cut of the lamb chop. I don't really know how that all works. And it was like way smaller, didn't look nearly as good. It was honestly kind of disappointing. And it was like, if I hadn't seen everyone else's that looked really good, I wouldn't have been so disappointed. But now that I have, and now I'm seeing this, I am. And we ended up actually sending it back. We're like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Consistency is a vital part in a restaurant rating system.
I agree. I 100% agree because that then you have to, it's why people go to places like Chili's and Cracker Barrel and Chick-fil-A because they know no matter what, exactly what they're going to get.
Right. And I fear this place, she's mixing it up, man. She's mixing. And also, I usually order like a rare burger. So I was very unhappy. And I ordered mid-rare because I was like, I have to walk the Brooklyn Bridge. Like, last thing I need is for my stomach to hurt and I have nowhere to go.
I'm on the bridge and I'm sorry I'm jumping.
Yeah, no, we're all going down. Like, so then I was like, I'm going to do for safety purpose, I'm doing mid-rare, and then I ended up getting freaking well done. Like, great.
Suicide.
That's what part of the reason I order rare is so then it will more than likely come out mid-rare.
Yeah.
Amateur
Not
move.
today.
I almost, no. I was like, I'm so mad right now.
I was also thinking about, so we did our like little New York recap, and I've been obviously just reminiscing on TikToks and stuff lately, and I've been seeing all these people's like funny drunk videos of like, I was gonna say dancing in elevators and stuff. We have one of those. Maybe I need to post that. Everyone did us so dirty for not recording us trying to do dirty dancing.
I hate everyone.
Like,
you almost broke your leg.
Yes. So you guys understand the scenario because we totally skipped over this. We went bar hopping and we ended up at the OG Spaniard. And the Spaniard's always a good time. And we're there. Our other friends arrive. Iz goes outside to help them get in. Iz is not allowed back in because she's showing signs of intoxication.
Which is hard to not get into the Spaniard.
Yeah, it's like, it's not a very fancy place, but it is managed.
That's a low.
So then we obviously weren't going to stay because she was unable to get in. So then we went to another bar. Do you even know what other bar we went to?
No, also, like, I was just trying to be a good friend.
Yeah.
And keep my friend's company in line. And I got screwed. I was like, I was just in here. If I didn't leave, this wouldn't have been an issue and I would have been way drunker in there. Like, I would have been causing more problems.
Thank God she left.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't care. And then started talking shit about me in Spanish. And then I responded back in Spanish. He didn't see that one coming at all.
You saw this blonde hair? Well, guess what?
Yeah, I can't remember what I said. I was like, screw you, I speak Spanish. Like, why are you talking shit about me, essentially? And him and his, like, bouncer buddy looked at each other and they were like, well, what the hell? And I was like, yeah, this is a melting pot city.
I do Duolingo, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But do you know what bar we went to after that?
No.
Yeah.
It was
me either.
Right next door.
No idea. No recollection. And for some reason, Iz and I 100% think that we can do dirty dancing.
Meanwhile, I've tried this thing like a billion times sober and have never been successful.
I've never tried it. I don't even know where we got the idea to try it.
It was my idea because I've tried to get Austin to do it with me and we always fail because obviously I'm being caught and I don't know what it is, what kind of quality you need. But it looks kind of easy because all you have to do is hold your body straight. Like, why can't I do that?
I don't even think you could get your body like 45 degrees up.
Well, you also weren't able to like full on straight lift me up.
No, not at all. And we tried twice. And then on the third time, we were like, yeah, we got this. And we were so confident in our capabilities. And I get the stance and everything. And you come running. Also, how is there room for this in this bar? It's a New York bar. They're not big. But
this one was big. I do remember that.
I know. I remember having space too. But where this was, no idea. And you come running. And we just basically collapse.
Yeah, Haley almost broke her leg.
Yeah, I had a massive bruise on my leg. And I just look back and no one recorded this of us.
I also, like, nobody told us to stop.
No, the third time, if we tried a fourth time, someone would have told us to stop. We probably would have been kicked out of the bar.
Yeah, oh my God, 2 in a row. That would have been the end for me.
You wouldn't be allowed on the street. They'd be like, here comes
No.
that girl.
Yeah, yikes. That would have been a low.
Yeah, well, and then like what, 3 weeks later, you weren't allowed into a strip club, so
Yeah, another low.
so
The one I like
really,
live next to too.
yeah, 2025, maybe that should be a goal, not to not get not allowed. How would you word this?
Not
To
be
be
allowed
allowed into
into.
all bars and clubs that I attempt to access.
I've never had this issue before. This is the thing. Like, I'm generally not problematic when I drink, and I wasn't problematic either of those nights. I was just swaying. Like, I wasn't, like, causing a scene or anything. I was just couldn't stand straight, or I guess, I don't know. But honestly, it was for the best that the strip club didn't let me in because it was, like, 3 AM on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah,
go home, but then my friend was like, "No, come on, come on." And I was like, "Oh, fine." And
no, it was for the best. That
it was.
you did not need to go into a strip club at 3 AM on a Sunday.
She
Going
called
in
me at something at, like, 3, and I fell asleep at that point, and next day she texted me, it was like, "I should have gone home with you," like
Wait, did she go into the strip club?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, regrets.
Yeah, no, she was like, "I should have gone home with you." I was like, "Yeah." I'm glad I did go home because I ordered pizza. It was
You
great.
didn't mean to go home though.
Yeah, no, because Jay took me home. He was like, "Come
Yeah.
on, we'll just go," and I was like, "Fine."
This is
Big
so
bold move.
lame.
Yeah, I was like, "Whatever." I don't like strippers anyway. I don't like strip clubs at all. Like, I didn't wanna go.
I actually didn't even wanna enter, so thanks.
I really didn't. Like, I wasn't unhappy to go home.
You're like, "I'm gonna get pizza, whatever."
Yeah, I was like, "Bye." Thank goodness for Jay who, like, ordered an Uber or something. Speaking of Jay, he got robbed.
I can't remember if we talked about that last time we recorded or not.
No, because this happened
After, yeah.
this only happened on Saturday,
Okay,
not
so
yesterday, Saturday.
question. The robber, we're referring to him as Jamaican Jimmy. Did he
Yes.
introduce himself to Jay as Jamaican Jimmy?
He said his mom was Jamaican, and his name was Jimmy.
Okay. I was like, are we just like we have no idea, so we're just coming up with this fun little name or what?
No, Jay came up with it, but, I mean, it's fitting. Austin and I didn't wanna go out anymore. It was, like, 11:30. We'd gotten home to, like, take the dog out or something, and Jay was like, "I'm meeting this girl, like, come on, come on, come on." And we were like, "We really don't want, like, we're home at 11:30, like, let's just call it a night," you know? And he was
Yeah.
like, come on," and we were like, "Fine." So we went out, and it was like, you know when you're like, "I'm not even having fun. Like, I
Yeah.
just wanna go home." I've kinda, like, sobered up at this point.
I don't want
We
any of these drinks.
It's, like, clubby in there. I've never been a fan of a clubby vibe. It was also pretty empty at that point. We were, like, the first people there, so I was like,
And you're
"Great."
like,
And
it's
then we
already
ended up
past my
being
bedtime.
and
How are we the first ones here?
we're, like, the oldest people there. So, like, 12:45-ish, we're like, "Jay, we're leaving." And he's like, "Fine," because his friend had arrived. He's like, "Okay." I was like, "Are you fine?" Like, whatever. He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." We go home, we go to bed. At, like, 5:30, I wake up, and I would have thought I heard Jay come in, and I didn't, so I was like, "Let me just check his location." And his location was like, "He's sharing with you," or "You're not he can see your location." And I was like, "That's weird." I was like, maybe his phone died, but usually it just says, like, "No location found."
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom, I leave come out of the bathroom, and my buzzer is ringing, like, and I was like, "What the heck?" And I, see his little face. I'm like, "Okay, let him up." Comes in, and he's like I was like, "Oh, I was just wondering where you were at." And he was like, "Yeah, I got robbed." And I thought he was joking, so I'm, like, laughing. And then he
Well,
was like,
yeah, and it's
"No,"
like
like
5:30 in the morning, you just woke up, and so you're like,
yeah,
"What?"
yeah, I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah," explains to me that because I thought honestly he might have just gone home with that girl. That's why he
Yeah.
wasn't home at 5:30. And he explains to me, he's like, "Yeah, my friend left." And I was kind of like, "Okay." And she kind of like left him stranded, which I was kind of like, at least like see the man into a taxi. Like he's not from here.
Yeah.
I guess I think he might have been asking some guy for directions, which in New York, number one rule is like, don't talk to strangers. Number two rule is don't look at strangers. Like, it's just it's you and the city, you know? And so I guess he was talking to this guy. The guy was trying to deal him drugs or something. And Jay was like, please leave me alone, leave me alone. And then, I don't know, for some reason, Jay pulled his phone out. And I think he was like trying to show him, like, my Uber's about to be here or something. And the guy was like, oh, let me see. And Jay hands him his phone. The guy just runs off. And then it registered to him, like, wait, what just happened? Like, this guy's not coming back. And
I mean,
so,
I think it would take me a second too.
no, I mean, I would be too, because I would be like, oh,
Did
whatever.
that
And
just
then,
happen?
yeah, like, wait, what? And then he is patting his pockets, realizes his wallet isn't in there, which I think makes me think it was two people, and the guy was distracting him by like trying to sell him drugs, and the second friend like was like, let me go in his pocket. And
Yeah.
then Jay's walking around New York City being like, can I borrow your phone? Like, looking like a crackhead, being angry. He's like, I need help. Like, I need help. He's like, I walked up to
Help
these like high
me.
schoolers. And I was like, the high schoolers are from here. They know not to talk to people like you. Like, they think
Yeah.
you're like a crackhead. I guess at some point at like 3:30 in the morning, 4 a.m., somebody finally like helped him out. So he was just like eaten by New York City for 4 hours. And then he managed to make it back to my apartment, which I think is insane.
Did he just remember the address?
Yeah,
I mean, the address was easy.
it was, but I don't think for somebody this is his first time in New York, I don't think I would have understood. Like, it took me a minute, even like when I moved here, to get like the numerical system. I know it's like really easy, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have remembered, especially being like intoxicated, God knows, like so much other stress on my mind, remembering where I need to go.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes, like, like when you black out and then like things happen and then you like remember certain like crazy scenarios. I wonder if like that's just like one of the things that like really stuck with him. Cause even like, I don't know, I feel like I can always figure out like my way home or like where I'm staying or like where the nearest pizza place is.
I just think like it's not like an address is something we regularly talk about. Like, I don't think I just send him my address on my phone. He Ubers there for the first time, and then that's kind of the end of our discussion.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I
it's not
guess
like I had a
the
phone.
bright side with New York is you walk so much, so you have to know like, oh, I turn on 60th. Oh, I walk down to First. Whereas like any other city or town like Atlanta, if I was like you knew Peachtree, but like there's 17 peach trees and you don't know which one comes first. Whereas at least like in New York, like, well, on one side of 60th is going to be 61st, and on the other side is going to be 59th.
Yeah, but he was at the point where the grid hadn't even started. So he was like, I have no idea where I'm
Oh
at.
God, he was
Like, it's
far.
street names. Yeah. It wasn't like I would just have to be like, okay, I just gotta head north.
Yeah.
Because I
And
mean, like, I
hopefully
don't know
I'm
where I'm
going
at.
north. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Hopefully I'm heading north because he wasn't in the grid system.
Oof. Yeah. Well, he made it back. He's alive. He has a new phone. He's got a new driver's license. He he's got it all together again. He just had a rough 24 hours.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you gonna come back?" He's like, "Yeah, it's been great." I was like, "Dude, how has this been great? This is like my nightmare. Like, what you just lived through, I would never come back."
No, you're used to losing things.
Yeah, but I'm not used to getting robbed.
I know, but it's the same outcome.
Yeah, I guess
Got to
if
get
it
a
was
new
like in a new
license.
city. Yeah, but I have my license on hand. Like, I don't have to go to the DMV. I'm a regular.
That's true. Oh well,
If I go to the DMV every time, I would never have one.
at least he's willing to come back because I will say when I got robbed in Chicago, I was like, I really don't want to go back there for the longest time. And it took
No, that's
me,
what I was saying. He still was like, I'm down to come back.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least he's willing to because it took me a very long time to feel that way about Chicago. And then I went back to Chicago once again and like I just don't think I really love that city.
Oh, yeah, I like Chicago.
I think I've also only been in March, so it's freezing and not enjoyable.
Yeah, I went in like May, so it was like a denim jacket. It was fine.
Yeah, when I
It's
was there
really
in
cold
March,
right now here.
it was
Apparently
like 9.
January is the coldest month in New York.
Well, you also have a record cold year or cold January. It's like the coldest January in New York City in like 13 years.
Today isn't that bad and it's 34. And I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. It's 34. And the other days have been like 9.
Who would have thought? The amount of growth you've had in the last 3 months, incredible.
Yeah, I'm unstoppable.
We are oh, I just looked. Okay. We're no longer calling for snow next week, which is good.
Oh,
Because I'm kind of
nice. I
over
think
it. It's almost melted. No more. That's enough for this year. Another discussion we've had, but we haven't had on the pod, is can we talk about how people don't wash their hair twice?
oh yeah, that took me by insane surprise. Burnett sent me a snap about it. She was like, I thought maybe you were just doing that because Haley was doing it. I've been washing double shampooing my hair since I was as long as I can remember.
I
I don't
think
understand how you don't. My hair doesn't get like bubbly until I do the
I
second shampoo.
think you might have been the first person to tell me about it, but I was using like a really natural shampoo and it those don't get very bubbly. And so I had to really use that and then I think I would wash my hair twice and I realized it gets more bubbly the second time you do it. Mind blown. Okay. And then I've always since then have washed my hair twice.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know that people.
I didn't know people didn't.
I didn't either.
I
Like
also was
I
thinking
kind
about
of
it.
feel like a little grossed out about it.
Okay, I feel a little bit grossed out, but also this next sentence I say is probably even grosser because I hate showering. I hate it. I don't enjoy it. The only reason I do it is because I work out. And then I'm like, yeah, I need to shower. It's kind of frustrating as humans. We're the only animal that like really showers. Like, I understand, like, deer and stuff, they go in the little creeks and like wash their bodies or whatever. But like we are the only ones even using soap.
My dog does.
Okay, those are because we've made them into little humans.
Yeah, but
But
Muggy cleans herself. It's because their skin's different from ours.
well, I wish I had that type of skin.
Muggy gets a lot of compliments on her fur because she takes a lot of very good care of her fur. People are like, she's so shiny and soft. I'm like, yeah, that's Muggy.
That's her. She does a great job grooming.
She does. She really does.
I just wish I didn't have to shower. Long story short, really, I don't like it and I don't want to do it, especially when it's cold out. I don't I don't want to like get out of my hot shower. I don't want to get in. I don't like any part of it.
It's the act of getting in. Like when I'm in there, I'm like, fine. But it's
Once
like,
I'm in, I'm great. And I don't want to
right.
get out. But I don't want to get in and then I don't want to get out.
Yeah, for me, I like to shower. I just don't like to shower sometimes when I'm like in the middle of my day. I don't know why it feels weird to me to do it in the middle. Like I'd like to do it in the morning. I'm a morning shower person generally.
But that's
But
because
when I come
also you're a morning working outer.
right. But even like generally, but like sometimes when I come home I go straight to my laptop and then it's like an hour later and I'm like, I need to shower. But then something else comes up and then it's like an hour and a half and then I'm like, now this shower is annoying.
Yep. I get that just because when you shower kind of in the middle of the day, I don't know what to put on. Do I put on my
No,
pajamas?
exactly.
Am I already wearing pajamas even though it's like 3 p.m.? Or do I put on an outfit that I'm now going to wear for about 4 hours, not really do much in? Then do I have to wash that outfit because all I did was wear it for 4 hours right after I showered?
Yeah, no, I
It
feel the
gets
same way. I
confusing.
feel awkward with my clothes. I don't know how to handle it.
And I hate laundry, so what am I doing?
And I don't have a washing machine or a dryer here.
Do you have it in the building?
No.
Oh, so you're gonna have to go someplace at this place?
Yeah, but I'm going to Canada next week, so I'm just gonna pack my dirty laundry and do it there.
Problem solving. Gotta do laundry, going to Canada.
Honestly, I've been looking at like laundry services and the amount that I was spending at my old place, it would basically be the same.
Oh,
And then I don't have to fold and I don't have to do all that. They just
they
bring it
probably
straight to my
clean it
door.
better.
They probably do a better job than the washing machines. They probably have like real shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm gonna spend, because we were spending like $30 a month on laundry, and this
Yeah.
is like 35, 40. Like, might as well just spend the extra 5, 10, like save time in my day, you know?
Yeah, you don't even have to think about it now.
Exactly. Like, I just have to put it in a bag and then they come and get it.
How long does it take them to do it?
2 days.
Okay. So you just gotta plan ahead because, like, you can't give them a skirt that you wanna wear in, like, 2 days, you know?
No, you do it on like a Monday or a Tuesday, so then it's like
You're
I'm
not
ready
doing
for
it.
the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So half the time on the weekdays, I'm in like leggings anyway because I'm just working.
Yeah. It might
So
be hard with workout clothes, though.
you have a lot of leggings. I'm fine.
Okay, perfect. So you're
Yeah.
set.
My big thing is underwear. I think I lost a lot in my move. I have like 4 right now. I don't know where they went.
Well, I did actually just see on TikTok Shop, this girl unpacked a giant bag of underwear, and she was like, "It's yoga underwear. It's amazing. It's the best. It's all I wear." So maybe that's what you have to purchase on TikTok Shop.
You know, because that's what I wear is the yoga underwear.
Yeah, and she was showing them. She was showing every single pair, and it was this whole bag. Yeah, I was intrigued because it looked like a little Shein bag, you know, like those little Ziplocs. And I was like, "Ooh, what's she get?" And then it was just underwear. But she got so many of them. If it pops up on my For You page again, I'll send that over to you.
Yeah, send that. I'm gonna go search TikTok shop after this, be like underwear near me. So I've done like a bunch of walking today. I went to Dumbo in Brooklyn. We walked over the Brooklyn Bridge. We ended up taking the subway once we got into Manhattan up here. And I'm like half a block from my apartment and I make a burp noise like super loud. And like 3 people turn around. They're like, ew.
Dude, were they together?
No,
Or these so
like
this
all
is
separately.
3 randos, not all together. You burped.
It wasn't even that loud, honestly. Like I was like making it loud, but I could have made it way louder because like I can control my burp
And
volumes.
you were just outside?
Yeah.
Like, I would
And I
get
was
it if, like, you were on the subway, because like,
yeah, we're all
England.
breathing that air.
Yeah.
I was doing it to annoy Austin because I know he's like, that's so annoying. And I was like, ah. And then
Oh,
people
so it wasn't
literally,
even a real burp?
no, it wasn't real, but it was like
Oh.
it was an air burp. You know when you how like you can
So
make
you
yourself
like, it
burp
was
if
a
you just
burp, but you exaggerated it.
yes, like yeah, it was just like it wasn't. You know when you eat and then you have to burp, it wasn't like that. It was like I inhaled a lot of air and then pushed it out of my mouth. And literally, they turned around and were like, "Ew!"
Oh my god, what'd you do?
I just laughed and kept walking. What was I supposed to do? Austin was like, "That's so gross," and the guy was like, "Ew, that's so gross."
Oh my god, I don't know what I would do with myself. I don't burp though, so
No, I just did that like to be annoying. Like I wasn't doing it because like I actually had to. I was just doing it to be annoying. I also
and then
just
you
didn't
got shit
expect.
on by randoms.
I didn't think expect anybody to comment on it.
In New York, no one cares about anything ever. Spider-Man's
Right.
walking his dog in Central Park. Like,
There's a
random
guy in an
homeless
orange
guys peeing.
speedo. Like,
No
but
one
they care about my burp.
no one saves the woman on fire, but
But this is
his
the line.
burp. You're like, "Okay, great."
Yeah, that's why I didn't expect anybody to say anything because it's New York and like there's weirder stuff going on than a burp.
You're like, "Alright, so
Yeah.
moving on."
Yeah, I was just like, ah, I just kept walking. What was I supposed to do? I was just like, I thought it was funny because I just didn't
Run
expect.
into the
Like, I was
road.
laughing at people's reactions because I didn't expect there to be like a freaking chorus.
Didn't know I had paparazzi
Fame coming my way on TikTok.
just before it gets banned. Hell yeah, brother.
I'm gonna be so sad. How am I supposed to get famous?
No, I don't know. I'm still posting every day in hopes that, like, maybe it stays. I also was thinking we got on TikTok so late.
I
Whatever
know.
this next app is, we have to hop on it, like, as soon as long as it's not Threads or Lemonade. Well, Lemonade, I guess, is TikTok oriented, so I guess Lemonade will be gone too.
I'm
I'm
getting a
not
lot of Lemonade requests to follow.
I am too, but I think Lemonade is Twitter, but owned by TikTok. So I think that'll be banned as well. But then there's obviously Threads, but that's Twitter, but owned by
Thread
Meta.
sucks.
And I'm not going Threads, but so whatever the next new thing is, I don't care if everyone starts dancing on it again or whatever. We're about to start busting out some moves.
I'm going to go to the same classes that Kristen goes to dance. Like, I have to learn.
Like we have to be the first ones on it, and like we're gonna be like those stars. We're gonna be like Kylan.
The thing is what we have to do is dance and create other content because we have to be trendsetters.
True. Which we
Because
can
that's
do.
what people want. Yeah, I'm almost there. My 72 followers are really invested.
I actually lost a follower today, and I was like, okay, kind of rude, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe they like
They might have
their
deleted
TikTok.
the app because they knew it was getting banned.
That's what I'm thinking. There's
Yeah.
no other solution.
No, obviously not. I hope that after this episode comes out, we have great news. TikTok is still alive. There will be a new national championship winner. Do you think it'll be Ohio State or Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
So the entire country is basically cheering for Notre Dame. Do you know anything about Notre Dame?
They're Irish.
Yes. So that is one crazy
Which
thing.
is ironic, first of all, because the Notre Dame is in France. So I don't get that.
I don't really know, but here's the thing about Notre Dame. They're not in a conference. There's
I
the
thought you
SEC.
had to be.
No, you don't have to be. And so there's like the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12 or Pac 10, whatever. There's so many of them. Notre Dame's
Big 10, Pac 12.
Yeah, but Big 10 now has more than 10 teams, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they do, but they still go by the Big 10. I know that one.
So Notre Dame's not in one at all. But basically, there's something that whenever you win these big championships, the conference gets money, obviously, and they split it between everyone in the conference. So if Ohio State wins, I think whoever wins the Natty, they get like $21 million. If Ohio State wins their conference, each school will get like 1.1 mil. But because Notre Dame isn't in one, their school alone would get the $21 million.
That's insane. They better be giving out scholarships.
I'm sure they are. But yeah, so I think everyone's kind of rooting for them. Ohio State's definitely the better team, but like who wouldn't want Notre Dame to win?
I feel like Ohio State is also like probably won before, right?
Yeah, they have like semi recently.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time Notre Dame won.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So yeah, next episode we'll have the TikTok update, a new national championship, and a whole new president. So hopefully we're alive. Hopefully the East Coast doesn't have snow and the West Coast is no longer on fire.
Yeah, let's hope that.
All right, we'll talk to y'all next week. Like, comment, save, Venmo, subscribe, and we love y'all. Bye.